On the 2nd of October 1994, me and my little sister were joined by a new baby brother, James. We were very excited at the arrival of our new brother, but also concerned, as we were told that there were some complications.
Well, he was diagnosed with hydrocephalus before he was born, and we were just told that he had extra fluid in the ventricles of the brain. When he was born, that was monitored, and then he had a few operations which were unsuccessful really in controlling the hydrocephalus, and so then he had a shunt inserted. It was also while he was waiting to go to theatre for one of these operations, he had his first epileptic fit, and that then became almost like the major problem. Also, he's got a left hemiplegia, which means the left side of his body is the same as somebody who's had a stroke. And when he was really, from the day he was born, we had to encourage him to use the left side of his body. So even to turn his head to the left, he wouldn't turn his head to the left. He would always reach for everything with his right hand, so we would have to sort of, everything we gave him, we'd have to wait for him to take it with his left hand. And that was everything on a daily basis, so it was almost like 24 hours a day physiotherapy, really. Sort of things that come with hydrocephalus are very subtle things. So it's things like poor concentration, short-term memory, only being able to remember one instruction at a time, obsessions with certain things, and time not being able to judge time.
Despite James's severe special needs, he would attend mainstream nurseries and schools as part of the government's then new inclusion policy.
When he started at Redcliffe Nursery, they had to do a risk assessment, and lots of forms had to be filled in and everything. And I was told then by somebody from the education department that this was a brand new thing about including children with epilepsy into mainstream education, as before that all children with epilepsy automatically went to a special school. If they had no other problems at all other than epilepsy, they would still go to a special school. So it was all new territory. As soon as he was going into the education system, he was automatically statemented, and that meant that really his needs were reviewed every year, so that to take account of any changes or improvements or any extra help that he needed in certain areas. Well, because of his statement, that meant that the nursery and the school awarded extra money to provide for those needs, and part of that was that he had somebody, i.e. a learning support assistant, with him at all times, particularly when he was so young, in case he did have a seizure. I think it was mainly for the seizures, but also because he did need extra help because of the hydrocephalus, because of his concentration, and he couldn't remember instructions, and he needed to be prompted and reminded all the time about what he was supposed to be doing. So he had a learning support assistant with him at all times. Also, community epilepsy nurse went into both the nursery and the school to train staff that would be, have dealings with James on how to deal with an epileptic seizure.
James is now 15 and studying for his GCSEs at a mainstream secondary school. He has come a long way since those early days of uncontrollable seizures, erratic behaviour and frequent visits to the hospital. But how are his needs currently being met?
So how do you get to school then?
I get to school on the bus. On this transport bus.
Mhm. Has it got people from your school in it?
No, I'm afraid not.
So is it sort of children from this area but going to different schools?
Yeah.
Ah.
Otherwise I'd be on a different bus. If it was just me, it'd be just me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a school bus that goes to St Bernadette's?
There's a few.
But they don't go near here.
No, they do go near here, but I can't go on it.
Oh right. Why can't you go on it?
Because of the fits. There's no person.
Ah, right. So this bus also has someone who's trained that can help you if you have a fit.
Well, it's an escort that's on the bus. What I've got to do, Sarah, before I go to school, I've got to always take my tablets and do my teeth. But most of the time I delay myself with the tablets and teeth.
Yes. Like you were last night, eh? Being a bit silly. Right, like you're doing now, James. Come on.
On with your teeth and tablets, please, quickly.
Like the soundtrack. Should know better than to cheat a friend. Wasted sins that I'm still giving. Bit George Michael in the morning, James?
It's not usually on. Never usually on. Why do you think? The tip should be on the back.
Don't stick up in the air, can't
If he gets how tall he is. Right, quickly get your stuff in, James.
The bus isn't even there.
Yeah, the door just went.
Good morning, James.
Glad to see you back.
Glad to see me back. I went away anyway. Oh, ready?
I've missed you. To be honest with
Well, I'm sorry, Michigan.
you. Yeah, I've lost my planner.
I'm sure it's at school. Alright? On the bus.
So, if I have any problems with the work, then they're just help me with the bits I'm stuck with. They're my learn support workers. They're in all my lessons. Most of the time they actually help me the reading. And that's what I find most difficult. Sometimes they have told me to be more independent. For some reason the academy isn't working. It's not loading properly. Learn support. 10 computers.
Mm-hmm.
He has about there's a few board games at the back.